I want to invite the councilman up to speak to you today.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thanks everybody for being here for an important day. The previous speakers have both explained the significance of this spot and have both outlined the significance of the history of where we're standing and the history of where this street mural is being placed. And I also want to point out that as rich as the history is, the installation of this mural is only partially a recognition of the history. It's also a recognition of a road sign towards the future. Just as this was an intentional Black community, Black Lives Matter is unfortunately not in this country, in this place at this time, a fully realized concept. It is an intention that we need to make real. Yes. And by putting these words here in this street, declaring that Black Lives Matter, that is a statement of intention, and it's got to be only the beginning.
Yes. Yes.
It means that a whole hell of a lot of actions need to be taken, not just by the people who asked for this mural, but by the people who look like me, and by the people who are in office and in power. There's a lot more work we need to do to make sure that Black Lives Matter and end racism. That means we need to make sure that in our schools, Black boys are not disciplined and put into a carceral system at alarming rates. We need to make sure that when a Black woman goes into labor, her pain is not treated as something less legitimate than a white woman. We need to be undoing racist land use policy, some of which is deeply baked in.
Yes, yes.
And we need to change completely the relationship between the police department and our communities of color. I believe next week, the agenda hasn't come out yet, but I believe next week a proposal that my colleague Marquise Harris-Dawson and I have made will be in council. It is a proposal to begin the process of getting LAPD out of the business of traffic stops and ending the phenomenon of people being pulled over for driving while Black or driving while brown. Those are the kind of things that need to follow from this. This isn't just a piece of art, and this isn't just a recognition of history. This has got to be a road sign and a springboard to what we do in the future. So let me thank all the folks who did this, from the city agencies, from the artists, folks doing the treatment, but really let me be very clear that this idea came from the neighborhood up. That Naomi and Laddie and Mike and Lydia and so many others pushing this not as an agenda, but sort of as a symbol of the agenda that needs to be made real. And sometimes I'm good at listening and sometimes I'm not, and I'm trying to get better at listening. And when I listen, we do good things together.